Hey Cancer, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and those of you that are cross-watching in today's reading, we'll take a look and see what the cards predict for you for the upcoming week. It is going to be a general one. If you're after a personal reading, feel free to reach out and inquire. My email will be listed below the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what messages are coming in for you guys. Oh wow, what's going on here, guys? Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Sun. Okay, so the sun's about to shine through some of these dark storm clouds that have gathered in your life. For those of you that have been going through something very tumultuous, whether it's a breakup, a separation, or if it's an inner turmoil, if it's an inner storm of some sort, if you've been going through some things that have felt very painful, very uncomfortable, very just chaotic and hectic, the sun, it's like some sort of dark storm clouds have gathered here. The sun is about to shine through here. Okay, so after every dark night there is a brighter day, and things are about to get better. So this could signal the ending of it, especially this week. I feel like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what it feels like. The turbulency, the just this emotional roller coaster is coming to a stop. You're seeing light at the end of this tunnel. I think you're also getting a lot of clarity. I think that, the sun brings a lot of positivity and a lot of joy. It brings us a renewed sense of hope. Okay, there's renewal here. But I also feel like you're finally going to see why things happened the way that it happened. Why some things had to collapse, or why some things had to crumble and fall. Okay, why it all had to come apart. There is an opportunity. For some of you, there is an opportunity here to an opportunity for a reconciliation, or an opportunity for a second chance, an opportunity to rebuild this collapsed tower. So something here has crumbled in your life, something here has fallen apart. It's not because the universe was, having a kick. It's not because someone or the universe was toying with you or toying with your emotions, although for some of you might have felt that way. Things here came apart because they were built on a foundational structure that just wasn't sturdy. Okay, it just wasn't healthy, it wasn't sturdy, it wasn't strong enough to hold up this tower, the foundational structure on which you built this very thing. And that's the reason why it's collapsed. A lot of the time with the tower there is divine intervention. Okay, and you've been resisting, you've been trying to fight the changes, or you've been trying to fight the feelings, you've been trying to fight the endings. Whatever it is that you've been resisting here, okay, whatever you've resisted, it's been persisting. But now finally, for a lot of you Cancerians are coming to, you're coming to this knowledge that you need to walk the path of least resistance. You're finally seeing why something happened. You're finally seeing why something fell apart, or why it didn't work out. Because it wasn't because, as I've mentioned, it wasn't because anyone was toying with you or anyone was toying with your emotions. It was because the universe wanted to give you, it was really a blessing in disguise. The universe is wanting to give you a second chance to renovate this tower, okay? It's giving you a second chance for, to rebuild something, okay? To rebuild, to work on something, and to do it bigger and better this time, okay? So the tower of illusions has crumbled. The structural defects have all come apart, and it's your chance to renovate. It's your chance to do things different and to do it better this time around. So with this new insight comes a new sense of hope. Okay, there's this recent sense of energy. I feel like you're finally going to make sense of why this relationship ended, or why this opportunity ended, or why things didn't work out. Okay, the timing was a little bit off. And I think had you stayed in whatever the situation was, it wouldn't necessarily have had a happy ending. This is why the divine had to intervene. This is why the divine had to, had to get in the middle of this, because essentially it was communicating, and the universe and the divine is still communicating. It's always communicating, and it's sending you a message, okay, and has been sending you some powerful messages, especially in the last couple of weeks, or even in the last couple of days. And I think one of the reasons is why you're here, because it's like parts of this reading may be confirming your intuition, or might be confirming your feelings and your emotions about this person or about this situation. But you've been getting a lot of messages to say that, it's now time to, it's sort of like there's this awakening, if you will. That's what's happening right now. I feel like, there's this sense of clarity that's coming in for you, and I see that there's a strong sense of awakening. You're finally seeing things for what they are, rather than what you wanted them to be. You're finally seeing why something didn't work out. I feel like you're finally being a little bit more patient, okay? You're learning to be more patient with yourself. You're learning to be more patient with the universe, and also more patient with the results. Things are finally starting to make sense to you. I feel like there's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster. There's been a whirlwind of emotions that have been consuming you, but I think a lot of you are just, you have to kind of let it flow through you, I guess. Feel it to heal it, so to speak. I see that there is an opportunity to fix something, to resolve something, to make something right, okay? And it's something that's been bothering you. It may have been a breakup, it may have been a separation or an ending of some sort. You might have ended something prematurely. Something might have ended against your will, against your better judgment, but the universe is giving you a second chance, and it's letting you see just why things didn't work out the first time around. And a lot of it had something to do with the timing. A lot of it had something to do with the resistance that you were feeling about this situation, or that your person was feeling about the situation. So I see that there is a second chance. I see that you're finally awakening. You're finally awakening to your true self, and what it is that you want, and what it is that you desire. And I feel like a lot of you've been feeling all sorts of emotions, okay? And especially with regards to something ending here. You've been feeling a little bit bitter. You've been brooding, you've been fighting these emotions. You've been at war with your head and your heart. You might have even also had a lot of opinions, or connecting energies who've had their opinions about this and about that, and that's kind of diluted, and it's kind of drowned out your own opinions, or it's kind of influenced your opinions in some way. So there's been a lot that's coming at you, and all of this noise from the outside that's kind of drowned out your inner voice, and your inner dialogue, right? And I think you're finally now learning to silence all the noise around you, and listening to your higher self, listening to your inner dialogue and your inner narrative. And by doing that, you're finally finding the truth. Okay, and that truth is going to lead you to a reconciliation, or is going to lead you to have a conversation that is going to then achieve a breakthrough as a result of it. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are just going to stop fighting your emotions, and a funny thing will happen. The emotions that you're feeling, they're just going to start flowing, through you and out of you. Okay, so be very patient, because I feel like, especially with judgment, those emotions have been clouding your judgment. They have. And because you've been feeling all sorts of things, you haven't. And because you're a water sign, right? Water signs are, you're deeply sensitive, you're deeply intuitive, and you rely heavily on looking at things from an emotional standpoint, feeling things. But this time, I think that, feel those emotions, but also use, some see things from a logical standpoint, and by doing so, something is finally starting to make sense when you cast your emotions aside, when you cast your ego aside. So this week, I just feel like there's some sort of awakening, or some sort of epiphany, or a conversation that you're going to have with someone that is going to change everything. It's going to change the way you feel about this situation, which has been painful and it has been turbulent, or it's going to change the way you see things, or it's going to change your intentions for someone or something, and it's going to awaken that inner dialogue, that inner narrative in you, that truth, that truthful dialogue, okay, that truth that has been drowned out by all of these emotions. So be patient, because I feel like the universe here has been orchestrating an opportunity for you to rebuild something. And whether you know it or not, you're ready. You're ready to do just that. So whether it's rekindling a spark with someone, okay, going back to rekindle a spark, going back to you're reigniting a spark for someone or for something, okay, getting in touch with a former flame whom you still obviously have very strong lingering feelings for, or going back to something that you loved so passionately, but it didn't work out, it failed and it ended, and now there's an opportunity for you to learn from those mistakes, learn what didn't work, and apply what will work. So the universe is giving you a second chance. Are you recognizing it, and will you take it? Okay guys, and these are your messages. Thanks for watching and listening. Please show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. Bye.